Welcome to the Rocks Talk Show. It's good to see you. I'm Roxanne Wilson, and it is a new week. We have much to talk about, much to do about, maybe nothing. Um, but as I was about to turn on the record button, the first thing that I thought of was everything is truly figure-outable. Every puzzle, every dilemma, you might call it, every problem, every unexpected turn or twist, every blunder is figure-outable. And I just had that peace I needed this morning because my morning did not start how it was supposed to. It was not. My morning got derailed. And I was frustrated about it. I was angry about it for a quick minute. And then I was like, you know what? I can choose how today will be. I can choose how this week will be. I can choose all those things. I can figure this shit out. So anyway, I just wanted to start the Monday by reminding you that it's all figure outable. I think it's something we don't realize when we're young. And hopefully we get as we get older, like really, truly, these things can be figured out. Really, truly, our problems aren't actually problems. They're just fun, really like puzzles, which I love a good puzzle. So I'm down with that. By the way, I am in my office, not my podcast room. You might be thinking, what's the difference? What I'm doing is, look at the boxes. I know, y'all, I know. But my plan is that my closet in here in this room will become my podcast room. And this will be the office. I wanted to flip it, but it wouldn't work. So, so envision. But the cool thing is I am literally looking out. I have 3 windows that are on 2 walls. So I'm going to have some natural light in here, which will be wonderful. And I will probably do the Rocks Talk show. Well, I guess from wherever I want to. That's kind of like what we've set. But it's still in motion. You can see the boxes. This is a free commercial for you all. I'll get there. And the white or the boring walls. But everything else is mostly done in the house. I don't even know if that's true. But the moving in process is basically done. So this weekend was quite the weekend, and we have things to talk about. First of all, just let me list off what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about I went to the Cardinals game, with my sister and her boyfriend, and actually my dad as well too. I wrote down notes and now I can't find them. Well, and then also we're going to talk about the Golden Globes. Do you watch those? We shall discuss. And then there's something else. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, let's just start at the very beginning. We went to Costco on Sunday, y'all, on Saturday. It was our first venture into a store, like a store we used to go to a lot in California. And everything was different. I thought Costco had like that familiarity factor. Oh, heavens to Betsy, not the case. Everything was moved around. Like, where is this? Where is that? But I have to say, although the parking lot looked like an abomination, if you saw my stories from this weekend, it was like cray cray. And we parked so far away. And when we got to the front, the carts were all gone. We had to go back into the parking lot, well, Scott did, and get a cart. I'm like, oh my gosh. But inside, it wasn't busy at all. I don't know where other people are. And it was just a parking lot for Costco. So they've got their flow down, and we actually spent less money, although we got a lot of things, which is probably a testament to Arizona is less expensive than California. All right. So that was actually, and we got out there quick. So that was actually a relief for sure. Cardinals game we went to yesterday. So we had like a full like Arizona weekend, right? We went to Costco, which that's very Arizona. We went to the Cardinals game up in Glendale. It's a little bit of a hike. A beautiful stadium. I'd never been there before. I think I told you we were supposed to go on Christmas Day last year to see Tom Brady play one of his last games. And zoinks, Southwest canceled our flights. It was a thing. Anyway, fun. It was cold though, y'all. It was like 40 some degrees. What? They closed the roof, but it was just overall cold while we were there, which was a little bit different. But and it rained. It rained. There's no song that says it never rains in Arizona. Like, Southern California, although it did rain sometimes in Southern California, but not enough. But we had a good time cheering them on. The Cardinals lost to the Seahawks. So if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, you enjoyed that. And because they won, Seahawks get to go to the playoffs. So good fun all around there. And what can I tell you about that? Oh, there was a fight. There was a fight in the stands, in the stadium. It was like a 60-year-old gentleman. I don't know if I call him a gentleman. A 6-year-old guy was fighting with a 22-ish-year-old guy. That's what they both looked like. And when all of a sudden everyone was like turned whoosh to the side, and these 2 guys were fighting, the security had pulled or held back the 20-some-year-old And the guy, the 60-some-year-old guy in his gray galore, he literally, like, while the other guy's being held back, he's like, and then he squints himself back, pulls back, he's turning red, and then he punches at a defenseless guy being held back. It was the weirdest thing. Well, of course, they all got kicked out. So you see, like, the 20-some-year-old and his buddies getting kicked out first, and you see the man all upset, and everyone's like yelling at the man, like, you gotta go, you gotta go. And sure enough, security sent him as well too. So he left. You see his wife leaving. You see his child, like, that was like 12 or 13 leaving. I'm like, why? What could have happened to two Cardinals fans at a Cardinals game that was so egregious that y'all had to start fighting in the stands? I was like, wow. And my sister said, oh yeah, that happens like once a game, somebody's fighting. But typically it's like Cardinals versus the other team, the opponent team, that someone's sitting in the stands. But these were two Cardinals fans. What was this nonsense? And it was nonsense, but it was good. It was iconic. You know, when you see someone like slowly pushing, it was like Matrix slowed him. I'm like, what is happening, dude? Don't do it. But he did. And they got kicked out third quarter. Very interesting. Okay. Also, I wanted to talk to you because when we got home, I didn't realize the Golden Globes was on. And so a lot of people are like, I don't watch award shows, and that's fine. I like to watch award shows. Couple reasons. It's nostalgia for me. I used to watch when I was younger. Also, I appreciate the fact that I can like discover, oh, I've never seen that TV show or that movie. Maybe I should check it out. But I totally missed that the Golden Globes were on. I remember the Golden Globes were on typically like end of January, in February. They're on like the second week in January. What is that? Well, then I discover as I turn on NBC, P.S. and by the way, NBC's blacked out on my direct TV here in Arizona. What the heck? Y'all need to get along and figure out your contract nonsense. That's a problem because I'm a Today Show girl. NBC was the channel I was on, so I'm like a big fan of NBC always, and they have the Olympics. You better believe that if they don't have the Olympics on DirecTV by this summer, I'm switching to another cable station. That's happening. That's like must happen. Okay, so you have a little time. I'm putting you on record. DirecTV and New York and NBC, figure out your shiz. So instead, it switched to CBS. I guess there was drama with the Hollywood Foreign Press, which I got to go back and look because I don't remember. And so it's been taken over by Dick Clark Productions. And so it's now on CBS. So I had to go, I just kicked the camera. Sorry. So I had to go find it. This is the second time I kicked the camera. First time when I was turning it on. And here's what I learned or what I got out of it. Let me just give you, because if you don't watch award shows, totally fine. I got you, boo. I'm not really going to go into who won what. I'm just going to go into some highlights that will help you if discussion comes up if you're like wondering, well, what the heck. First of all, best dress. We got to give it to J-Lo in this pink number. Go to the gram and check out her dress. She and Ben Affleck look like old Hollywood. Her dress was stunning in this pretty petal pink, a little deeper than petal pink, but not quite Pepto, and it was flowing, and it was yes, yes, and yes. I don't even know if she had any movies out this year, but didn't matter. She was looking amazing. Also, Margot Robbie wore like Barbie pink, and she didn't really get to do any of that because of the strike, so she looked stunning. Loved her dress, and it had like a flowing like scarfy thing as well too. America Fiera looked amazing as well too. Loved her silver number. She wore her silver like fitted number with little applique flowers on it, and she was a sleeveless with straps. Issa Rae. These are all the Barbie book. Issa Rae came in this like not quite gold, not quite copper number sequence, long sleeve. It had this like belt kind of made out of it all the way to the ground. It was gorgeous, and she looked stunning. And Reese, I only saw the top of Reese's dress, but I saw enough of Reese's dress to be like, oh, amazing. Of course, Jennifer Aniston, they all look great. But those are in my top. Like if you're talking to me like Margot Robbie looked amazing, or did you see America Fiera? Did J-Lo? All those things, you're good. The other thing was the Suits cast minus Meghan Markle came out and gave an award. And they were kind of teasing about, oh, you've been waiting so long for things to come back. And so I had to do a little digging, like, is Suits coming back? We started watching Suits a little bit when we were in Boston in November because my sister-in-law is a big Suits fan. And it was quite good. I quite enjoyed it. I'm like, I don't know why I was never on the Suits train. So there's some rumors that there's some type of iteration. I don't know if it's the cast coming back. I did a little research, or if they're going to do the same premise but different story. It's not going to be a prequel, or it's not going to be a postquel, they said. But I don't know, if you have the cast, the 4 big members come out, it kind of feels like maybe they're coming back. And then I have to wonder, is Meghan Markle going to come back with them? Because I don't think that the things she was working on with her hubsies has been going the way they thought it was going to be. So she might as well go back to acting. It's not like she's in the UK and has all these like parameters. Go back to the thing you loved, girl. Do it. Diana, the woman who played Diana in The Crown, won. And I'm really excited about that. I have to admit, I've not seen the most recent season and the final season of The Crown. First of all, because I'm irritated that's the final one. Why would you end? We want you to go all the way up to now. I heard that the royal family, the establishment, the firm, whatever you want to call them, really has been pressuring the people at the Crown to stop Kayate, because the last one didn't make Charles look very good. Now that he's King Charles, he's like, you need to stop, which makes me sad because it's such a good series and I really want to see it go all the way. Like, it should go all the way, at least to the passing of Queen Elizabeth. But this is the last season. I am excited that the woman who played Diana won, and it was a reminder to me that that's something I need to watch. Another show that I'm like tickled, like, maybe see, is Succession. I've heard everyone talk about Succession. I've never seen Succession, and now I'm thinking I need to check it out. The woman won Best Something Actress, or maybe Supporting Actress, twice now, I think, for a role in Succession, and I just heard it's so interesting. So have you watched it? I'm curious. And if so, is it worth a watch, or you're like, pass on that one, rocks? Crown is a definite. The Diplomat with my girl Carrie Russell, who I used to watch on the new Mickey Mouse Club, watched her on Felicity. I'm a fan of hers, have not seen The Diplomat. Every time I try to like watch these shows, a reality show sucks me in. But I am very curious, so that might happen. We'll see. So those were the big ones. Oh, you know what? There was a one, Beef. Beef got a lot of awards, and I'm like, maybe I need to check out Beef. When they won, the guy was like, I want to thank, it was based on a true road rage story. And he's like, I want to thank the guy who got really angry at me because he inspired me to write this. I'm like, I might need to check that one out as well too. Have you seen Beef? Let me know. And then the other thing I glimmered from that really is that I love reality TV. I do. Big surprise. And I started watching a couple weeks ago Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which I never thought I'd really watch. Like, what do I need to know about Salt Lake City and the Real Housewives? And I don't watch all the franchises. I've watched, like, I watched Jersey back in the day, like when Teresa was like, crack whore, and she threw over the table, times like that. But it's been a bit. I ended up binging the whole season just in time. Who knew? I didn't, not intentionally, but it was meant to be, to see the finale last week. That blew my mind. And they have a 3-part reunion. It's that interesting. I've not watched any of the other seasons of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You can tune in this season, and y'all, it is some good TV. That's like TV, but also like you feel like someone wrote a novel and a soap opera, but it all worked out in reality TV world. Essentially, a woman who's been trolling all the housewives for 4 years and who brought down the housewife, one of them, Jen Shaw, who's not on the show anymore, got arrested for like money laundering. No, what'd she do? She stole money from a bunch of elderly people. Something crazy. But apparently this woman who is now a housewife this year, her name's Monica, ended up on the show, infiltrated them. She was doing like a burner Facebook account, which just, they call it a Finsta. Fake Instagram account is a fake Finsta, that like totally insulted and said, and gave all this tea on all of the ladies of Salt Lake City Real Housewives. And they discover it during this season in the finale. And it's like high drama, so well produced. Like, you got the sepia and they're on the beach and they figure it out, and then they have a big dinner, and it's like, I don't know, like those movies, like the mafia movies where they're like, they take her down and they kick her out. It's good. It is good. You need to watch it. Like, definitely put that on. You'll get some high drama and comedy. All right, that's all I have for today. So good seeing y'all. Seriously, I needed this. I hope you needed it as well too. And remember, everything is figure-outable. It may not work the way you wanted it to. You might have to like cut the pieces of the puzzle to make it fit, but it will, and it can. Just believe that, because that was the calm I needed this morning. That was the calm. I was like, okay, everything's figure-outable. It's all gonna be okay. It's in my control. And I'm not trying to control it, but I can control my reactions and realize that if I realize that everything's figure-outable, then I suddenly see the solution, as opposed to going like, "Wah!" You get me? All right. Go be great. I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you so much for watching and or listening. And I hope you continue to do that and let people know about it too.